Sports Shots now catching up with Mursley United manager Jamie Lands after Saturday's 3-0 win over Buckingham United, subject to a review from the South Midlands in due course. Jamie, we won't talk about what happened at the end of the game, we'll talk about the game. 3-0, you were comfortable cruising, you must have been happy with the performance after bouncing back after last week.
Yeah, really happy. I think what we discussed before the game was to set our standards. We knew that Old Bradwell, we were very disappointing. However, we knew that if we gave 100%, played our football, done the right things, get the basics right, then we'd give a good performance. And we were really solid, to be honest. We could have been 4, 5, 6 points in the game as well. So, yeah, really pleased.
It was a battle in the first half, a goal of ridiculous quality to take you in at half-time 1-up. What was your view on the goal?
Yeah, he's capable of that, is Tom. It was a diagonal ball into Skelly, who holds the ball up really well, wins headers, nodded the ball back, Tommy on the volley, straight into the top corner. I mean, yeah, he's more than capable of doing that, and hopefully he'll get a few more like that this year. The easy ones he struggles with.
Tom is a player that I've noticed over the last few times I've been here. When I first came and saw him, he seemed quite a quiet lad, but he seems to be progressing really, really well here, enjoying his football, obviously, and scoring 2 again today.
Yeah, I think he is. He's really enjoying it. We were lucky to keep him from last year as well. He's a big part of our team going forward. He's very good on the ball, great running at people as well, and he's adding more goals to his games as well. So yeah, really pleased with his development, and that's partially, I suppose, because he is enjoying it.
And the second half, you come out, free kick, 4 minutes into the second half, free kick, Boney, that foot, works his magic again. What was your view on that?
Yeah, nice finish. I actually fancied him to score from there on the one in the first half, but he decided to pass it. But this one, yeah, he decided to shoot, and we know what quality he's got with his left foot as well. So centre of the goal, nicely in the top corner as well. So really good finish.
And then Boney and Skelly heavily involved in the third one, putting Tom through.
Yeah,
odds on to score that one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, link up was good. Boney fed the ball into Skelly, flicked it around the corner. Tom's late run into the box, and when he's 1v1, practically, centre of the goal, we fancy him to score.
What you mentioned Bradwell last week. It was a heavy home defeat.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that game?
So I just think we were really disappointing. We weren't very energetic. We weren't first to second balls, and they scored a couple of second balls from set pieces as well. So it's something we spoke about today because we knew that it might be difficult at times, and they would put balls in our box. So I think if we learn from that, we've got them again next week in the cup. So we learn from that, and hopefully we'll be in a better place.
You mentioned playing them. You mentioned playing them again next week in a cup game. You've got 3 or 4 cup games in the next month. Is that going to be a hindrance to you in terms of the Division 2 campaign?
Not really. It's games of football. I think as long as we have a good run of games, whether that's cup or league, I fancy us to do well in most. We're in a good position. The team's relatively solid, and I think that we can go and do well in both leagues and cups as well. So. Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
What's the priority in the cup competitions? Which one are you going to concentrate on most?
I think we're going to try and win all of them, but I think our league is our priority. We really want to do well in the league and finish in the top 3. But it'd be nice to win, the anagram potentially, or the Bucks charity. But then I suppose with the Bergs and Bucks, I got to the final with Olney as well, so it'd be nice to actually go one further and go and win it.
You mentioned the anagram. You've got a nice day trip to Essex.
Yeah.
The lads are looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're planning to go and get a result there and then go out. So yeah, I'm sure the boys will love it.
And you look at the league table, you're sort of kind of mid-table at the moment because you haven't played as many league games as everybody else. Are you going to be happy to look into the second half of the season playing catch-up?
Yeah, I think so. And then we know what other teams are about as well, what we need to do to win games. Some teams like it where they get points on the board sort of early doors. I'm a big believer, just win games of football. As long as we've got a run of games, I'm happy, and I'm sure that come the end of the season we'll be up there.
In terms of teams that you face this season, who have been the toughest test? Obviously, Old Bradwell put 5 past you, but any other teams that have stood out so far?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't played too many. Tortenau were good in spells against us as well. Bovingdon done okay in parts as well, but we managed to win both of them games. But yeah, Old Bradwell seemed the team to beat.
And you're going to go to Old Bradwell next week, obviously missing well, 3 or 4 players. Not sure how many were red carded in the end today. We'll find out in due course. But how are you going to overcome those missing players next week?
Well, first things first, we're going to look to appeal. We think we got the numbers wrong, certainly, on the decisions on the red cards. But ultimately, without those players, then we're going to need some players coming back from this weekend that we're missing, but also maybe look at 1 or 2 of the dev squad to come in, and a couple come in today as well and done really well. So really pleased with that.
Not sure how long the process of appealing card would take in this league. Have you any idea?
Honestly, no, I'm not too sure. But we're going to send a report off, as is, I'm sure, the Buckingham United manager as well. So we'll find out ASAP whether they can play or not. And if unavailable, then we go with the strongest team we can, and again go to win the game.
Obviously, if the game is called off and you have to play it again, that's going to be an interesting rematch in a few weeks' time. Whenever it comes round, that'll be one to watch.
Yeah, I would think so. There was a lot of bite at the end, and obviously, like you say, the game being abandoned. However, if it does hopefully it doesn't, but if it does get replayed, then I'm confident we can go and do well again.
3-0 with 5 minutes to go. Surely most people would just say that the game was done. I'm sure Buckingham won't want to replay it, but there's obviously that chance that it could have to be replayed. How do you think you're going to approach that game if you had to get the same squad of players together? How would you approach it?
In the same manner. I think we play football. We try and play out. We try and get the ball into good areas and to create chances. We like to play through the thirds. So the basics are still the same regardless of who we play against as well. The only difference is we pressed a little higher today, which kind of worked for us. So I think we approach the game in a positive manner. We go and look to win every game. So regardless of whether that's Buckingham United or our brother, we go to win the game.
And the season in general, how's it been? You enjoying it still?
Yeah, there's been some frustrating times with some player availability, holidays, etc. It's this time of year, but yeah, enjoying it. I think 3 wins in the league out of 4 is a positive start. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
It's tough, isn't it, being a manager at this level?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think the commitment side of things is difficult with holidays and families as well. So yeah, we do have that, but we have got a really good core of players which are committed to the cause. They are committed on most weeks as well. So I think if we can continue that throughout the whole season, we'll do all right.
Well, congratulations on today. Possibly 3 points, who knows? But we'll wait and see. And thank you very much for your time.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.